Hi everybody, this is your pal K95, and today I'm going to show you my horror movie collection. This has nothing to do with my series, but pretty soon when I get more anime DVDs all the way down there. Then I will do the TV. Then I will do my DVD collection series videos. But right now, I'm going to show you my horror movie collection because this is my horror movie collection 2018 update. Okay, so here, right there, on this horror movie section right here, because I've finally updated all of these. Let's start off from this shelf here. Let's start off with a couple by on these mostly Universal monster movie classics. Let's start off with that. Until I can reorganize my horror section just from here in the future. First one right here, I have Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein. Sorry about the blurriness, and I found right here is the creature from the Black Lagoon. And if you don't know what this is part of the Universal Monster Collection. This features Richard Carlson and Julie Adams. This movie came out in 1954. A Universal Monster Classic movie from the 1950s. The Shining, because this is... You may know I want to get the movie with Jack Nicholson, but the miniseries is all I got. Don't worry, I will get the movie, because maybe I've seen The Shining with Jack Nicholson a couple times, because I liked Stanley Kubrick's The Shining, because the movie from Stanley Kubrick, The Shining, is a great horror movie if you're a horror movie fan. The Last House on the Left, this is the unrated version. This one right here. Right here I got here is basically like... There's two different versions. Here's the unrated version that says not... Sorry about the... It says not rated, and the theatrical version is rated R for sadistic, brutal violence, including a rape and disturbing images, language, nudity, and some drug use. This movie on DVD, The Last House on the Left, came out in 2008. I got this at a thrift store. If you open the DVD box, somebody must have got this for... Because you can see here on my DVD of The Last House on the Left, it says Blockbuster. I can tell it's from somebody must have got this from Blockbuster and used it from the closing sale at Blockbuster. I can tell you why. And next we got a couple by the Grudge Movies. I have The Grudge with Sarah Michelle Gellar, who's famous for the TV show Buffy the Vampire Slayer. With Jason Beher, Cady Strickland, Cela Duvall, and Bill Pullman in this movie. There is a Japanese version of The Grudge. It was called Ju-on. I want to get that movie. It says, the critic review is Paul Fisher from DarkHorizons.com, says, more terrifying than The Ring. Because if you like stuff like The Ring, pick up The Grudge. Because this takes place in Japan in this movie. But I do want to get the Japanese version called Ju-on, and the Japanese version of The Ring called Ringu. And next I have is The Grudge 2. This is a sequel. This is the unrated director's cut version I got. This came out in 2006. But the movie was released on DVD in 2007. Because it has extra footages too scary to be shown in theaters. Tales from the Grudge with Sam Raimi introduction on it. No one outlives the terror. This is all I got. Just The Grudge 2. And here's another horror movie that is my all-time favorite. Anaconda, the 1997 snake horror movie. Susan Granger from SSG Syndicate says Anaconda is like Jaws on the Amazon River. It's the best creepy, crawly creature feature. Sorry, I'm getting a little blurry. In years. Yep, this movie features Ice Cube, Jennifer Lopez, Eric Stoltz, John Voight from Deliverance, and Owen Wilson from Marley and Me and Cars. And next I have is the horror movie collector's set. This has Kraken, Tentacles of the Deep, Raging Sharks, Night Shadow, and The Howling 4. I need to get The Howling with Dee Wallace, because I liked The Howling and American Werewolf in London. But I do have Dog Soldiers. If you watch my video, I'll put the link in the description down below if you want to watch more of my horror section. I got Reanimator, classic horror movie, Pet Sematary, Day of the Dead, Shaun of the Dead, Silver Bullet, a classic werewolf horror movie. If you like stuff like American Werewolf in Howling or American Werewolf in London, pick up Silver Bullet. And I have The Wolfman, another from with Lon Chaney Jr., the classic Universal monster movies, because The Wolfman came out in 1941, which is a year after Walt Disney's film Fantasia came out, because it has commentary with Tom Weaver, Frankenstein meets Wolfman, London, and it had, because we all know it has the documentary of Stephen Sommers on the Universal Classic Monster Wolfman, because, Van Helsing. But it has Monster by Moonlight, the original documentary with John Landis. I would watch the original documentary because John Landis, because he was the director of American Werewolf in London. The next I have is Dracula, the 1931 Dracula. Yeah, with Bela Lugosi, classic. This has three different versions of Dracula on there. I had this one with Philip Glass music score and the original music score. It has The Road to Dracula, the original documentary on there. And it has the original theatrical trailer, and has a commentary with David J. Skal on it. And there's the Spanish version of Dracula, with the introduction of the Spanish version with Lupita Tovar, Dracula's daughter, Son of Dracula, and House of Dracula. I do need to get the complete Universal monster movie one. I have Poltergeist, Poltergeist 2, and Poltergeist 3. Return of the Vampire, another classic horror movie. Bram Stoker's Dracula with Gary Oldman, one of my all-time favorites. I love this movie because it's a lot closer to the book compared to the other with Bela Lugosi, because it has Gary Oldman as the book rather than the 1931 version with Bela Lugosi. Stephen King's It, the one with Tim Curry. I don't have the 2017 Stephen King's It movie, but I'll get it at one point. Oh, and Stephen King's It Part 2 is coming out at the movies. The one with Bill Skarsgård rather than Tim Curry. Instead of, because the new Stephen King's It movie has Bill Skarsgård instead of Tim Curry, but Tim Curry is in the miniseries one. New Year's Evil, my all-time favorite 80s horror movies, because it has the rock band Shadow that you see in the movie, and it has Ross Kelly from Happy Days on it. Misery, American Psycho, one of my all-time favorites is Misery, because I read the book by Stephen King. It's a pretty classic horror story. American Psycho with Christian Bale from The Dark Knight. The Exorcism of Emily Rose, and I have a couple by Hammer horror films with Christopher Lee. Dracula Has Risen from the Grave, Taste the Blood of Dracula, and I have The Others with Nicole Kidman. And I only have one Alfred Hitchcock horror movie. I don't have Psycho. I need to get Psycho, the original one, but all I have is The Birds, which is by which is the Alfred Hitchcock classic horror movie. Sharktopus, and this is a horror comedy, The Monster Squad. Wolfman's Got Nards. Black Sheep, this is the unrated one. The Sixth Sense with Bruce Willis. Zombieland, and the 1976 horror classic, The Omen. But I need to get more horror movies that'll have a big collection of your horror movie collection, which is the Silent Night, Deadly Night movies, right along with Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, and Chucky movies. Can't have and the and I need to get the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And one more I have up here, because the DVD case is missing. What I did got was Night of the Living Dead. This is a 1968 classic public domain horror film from George A. Romero. Because we did the original Dawn of the Dead, not the remake Dawn of the Dead, but the original Dawn of the Dead. Because I liked the original Dawn of the Dead more. Because you gotta love these horror movies. Because I got my thoughts on Night of the Living Dead DVD. I got this DVD a while back at Long's Drugs, I believe it was. Yep, this covers up my horror movie collection. And that's going to be it for my horror movie collection video. So thanks for watching. If you want to watch my previous horror movie collection a while back, I'll put the link in the description down below. I'll put my Anime Planet account in the description down below. And that's it. So hope you like to. Be sure to subscribe to Rurouni K95. I sure do want to get more horror movies as well as anime as much. And that's it. So like, subscribe, favorite, comment, read the notifications. Be sure to subscribe to Rurouni K95 because I want you all to please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And that's it. So keep it otaku for anime update videos as well as manga update videos, Rurouni's, and that's it. Until next time, sayonara. Until the next video, and sayonara.